Alright, so we have commutative property. Like we used to say, an operation star is said to be commutative on the condition that A star B is equal to B star A. This is the condition for commutative property. Commutative property. If you are working only under commutative, then this is the condition you are going to obey. A star B equal to 1. And you are given a very question, a simple question. This is not all that simple. Yeah, good. Because a binary operation circle is defined because it has been defined in this way. So meaning you are solving this question using this formula. Other than that, you can't handle. And you are asked in the question that show that circle is commutative. Circle is commutative. Alright. Then you start by saying, for commutative, what is the condition for commutative? A star B equal to B star A. This condition is correct, but always use the formula question given was given in terms of x and y. So once your question was given in terms of x and y, then for commutative you are not supposed to use A and B. Always go by the given question. So you are using in the question you are given x and y. So the condition will oblige with x star y. And you are given the operation sign as circle. So x circle y. For it to be commutative, then you have to write it as y circle x. On this, you can say that this is commutative property. Okay. And we said that once you put the condition there, you are going to solve your left and you are going to solve your right. Then you do comparison. So first, I'm going to consider the left-hand side. And the left-hand side was given to me as x circle y, which was defined in the question as x squared plus y squared plus xy. So x squared plus y squared plus what? X, y. Alright. Then I'll call this as equation because I'm doing comparison. So once I've considered the left hand side, after putting in x and y in the formula, then I'll call this as equation 1. Alright. Then I'm going to consider the right hand side, which is, and what was the right hand side? My right hand side was given to me as x, y, circle x, which is equal to meaning wherever I see x, I'm to replace it with y. Wherever I see y, I'm to replace it with what? X. So I'm putting in. Here is what? X. But you said your x is what? Y. So it's going to be y squared plus, you said your y is x. So it's going to be x squared plus yx. Because we are using this, we are using y and x. So you said your first letter is x and you had your x as y. That is why you are getting this. And you said your second number is x, and in the question your y is x. So that is why. So we call this equation 2. For your left to be equal to your right, then you are putting the equation 1, equating equation 1 and equation 2. So what did you get for your equation 1? I had my equation 1 as, you are going to consider this side. You had your equation 1 as x squared plus y squared plus, and you had your equation 2. Equation 2 as, you are going to consider only this side, which is y squared plus x squared plus yx. So watch here. The same x squared is at your left side. The same y squared is here. Your x squared is here. The same your x squared is the same as this one. Your y squared is the same as this one. And xy is the same as ys, because xy is the same as ys, because multiplication is commutative. Xy is the same as saying it as ys. So you can say that since left hand side is equal to right hand side, then the operation I'm used to in solving was what? Circle. Then the operation circle is commutative. Is commutative. Is commutative. Is commutative. So when you're given question of this, you shouldn't panic. You are not supposed to panic. You shouldn't panic. All right. Let's solve the B part of the question. The B part, which is question 2B. Okay. We are given 6 circle P equal to 27. We have the left hand side and we have the right hand side. If you have to consider, if you have to look at the equation carefully, we have the left hand side and we have the right hand side. So looking at the equation, the left hand side has formed binary operation, but the right hand side is just a number. So you are going to consider the left hand side. So once we are considering the left hand side, then meaning we are to use this. Then meaning we can solve 6 circle P using this formula, because the same thing is seen here. So it means your x is 6 and your y is P. So you are putting 6 and P into this equation. All right. So watch it. Your left hand side, watch it. Which is what? 6 squared plus, you said your y is P, so we are going to get P squared plus 6P equal to everything. You said everything equal to 27. Then everything here should be equated to 27. Alright, so you're going to get 36 plus P squared plus 6P equal to 27. Looking at the equation, there is a term which is a quadratic. We have a quadratic term here, so meaning we have to arrange this equation in the form of quadratic equation. We have to arrange this in the form of quadratic equation. So it's going to be, say, P squared plus 6P plus 36. When you move the 27 to your right, it's going to be negative 27 equal to 0. So from here, you are going to get 6 squared plus P squared plus 6P minus plus 9 equal to 0. Plus 9 equal to 0. So you are getting P squared 6P. 36 minus 27 will give you 9. So now this is the form of a quadratic equation. So anytime you are given an equation where you are getting a quadratic term, then you need to solve this by quadratic formula. You are going to arrange this in the quadratic. If you know the quadratic equation is always given by ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where the x squared will come first, followed by, as we move from left to right, then the x decrease. it will keep decreasing. So that is why we are getting p squared. Then you pick the term which contain p exponent 1. Then you pick the term which contain a number without a letter. This is how a quadratic equation. So if you don't know quadratic equation, in way back in JHS you call it quadratic trinomial. So anytime you get an equation involving a quadratic term, arrange the equation based on the quadratic equation, the general form of quadratic equation. And this is what I have done here. So I know you can do better here. You are going to solve for the quadratic here, and you are going to get p squared plus 6p plus 9 equal to 0. Two numbers which when you add it will give you 9, the same number which when you multiply. Two numbers which when you add it will give you 6, the same number which when you multiply it will give you 9. It is going to be 3p plus another 3p plus 9 equal to 0. Two numbers which when you add 3 plus 3 is 6. The same number which when you multiply it will give you 9. 3, 3, 9. So the two magic numbers is 3 and 3. Then you factorize. Plus another 3p plus 9 equal to 0. You know how to solve factorization? You should know better. If you don't know how to solve factorization method, I have more videos on quadratic equation. Go and watch those videos. You'll get a full understanding on how to solve quadratic equation. Alright. So the three terms you cannot factorize direct. You have to break the middle term into 2. So the first term will be here. Two numbers which when you add it will give you the middle term. The same number which when you multiply that very number it will give you 9. So the two numbers are positive 3, positive 3. So after doing that you are going to get from 3 terms it will move to 4 terms. You put the first 2 in a bracket, the last 2 also in a bracket. The first 2 in a bracket, the last 2 in a bracket, so that you can factorize with ease. Factorize with ease. P is here, you factorize P out. Meaning once P, one of the P is out, meaning it is left with 1P. Plus the very P here is out now, so it will be left with 3. Watch it. 3 can go into 9. So it means 3 is a common element, so 3 will be out here. What is left here? P. Then what number times 3 will give you 9 is 3. 0. So at the end of the day, we are getting P plus 3 as one of the factors and P plus 3 as the other factor. Alright. So it's either P plus 3 is equal to 0, our P is negative 3, or P plus 3 is equal to 0. Your first P here equal to 0. P plus 3 equal to 0. Because we have two numbers, product of 0. Product of two numbers equated to 0. You have two numbers equated to 0. It's either the first number equated to 0. And this was the first number, P plus 3 equal to 0. Then you make P the subject. So P is equal to negative 3. Or the second number, which is what? P plus 3 also equated to 0. So you form an equation with that, which is P, then you make P the subject. So we are getting P is such that our P is negative 3 or negative 3. So our P in this binary operation is negative 3. Negative 3. Negative 3. You can prove it. You can substitute this into here. You are getting 6 binary -3. When you put 6 and -3 into this, it should give you 27. It should give you 27, and it is true. You can check it. It will give you 27. Watch it. You said your P, you saw for P, and you had your P to be what? -3. So let me see whether I'm going to get 27. Let me put this one into this, whether I'm going to get the 27 here. All right. 6 squared all squared plus 6 times -3. Let me simplify this. 6 squared will give me 36. Wait, for this one, point the bracket open, -3 all squared will give you 9. Yes, it's true. It will give you 9. Why? Because -3 all squared means -3 times -3. -3 times -3 will give you positive 9, because -3 9. So -3 all squared will give you 9 minus 18. 36 plus 9 will give you 45 minus 18. And 45 minus 18. 45 minus 18 will give you 27. So it tells you that your P is equal to -3. Your P, per this very question, your P, when you substitute -3 here, your answer is 27. So it's very simple. Very simple. First of all, going back, we were given 6 circle P equal to 27. And we consider the left hand side. And we notice that with the left hand side, it has formed a binary operation. In that case, we can use the formula. So meaning our x is 6 and our y in this very question is P. So when you substitute 6 and P into the equation here, you're going to get your 6 squared plus P squared plus 6P equal to the 27. And we've gotten a quadratic, so we are going to arrange this in a quadratic equation. So we have the quadratic term here, we have the linear term here, and we have 2 constant terms. So your 36 will come here. And this one will move to your right. It will move to your left. So from positive, when it transposes, it becomes negative. Because of everything, there is nothing here recorded as what? 0. Now we've gotten a quadratic equation, which is 6P squared, 6P. 36 minus 27 will give you 9, equal to 0. Why 0? 0 because when you move this, there is nothing left here. When you move the 27 to your right, nothing is left here, so it will be recorded as 0 to get a quadratic equation. And this is how to solve quadratic equation. This is how to solve quadratic equation. 2 numbers which when you add, it will give you 6. The same number when you multiply, it will give you 9. So the 2 numbers are was positive 3P and positive 3P. And we've gotten 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. You put your first 2 in a bracket, your last two also in a bracket, so that you can factorize with ease. 2 is here, P squared, P. You factorize one of them out. So it will be left with P plus 3. The same process, 3 can go into 9. So 3 will be out. Then it will be left with P plus, what number times 3 will give you 9? And it is 3. You put that 3 here. At the end of the day, P and plus 3. And this will be in this bracket. This P and this one will be in the first bracket. This one, it has appeared twice. You pick one of them and you multiply by the first factor. So we are gotten two numbers product of two numbers equated to 0 is either the first number equal to 0, and this is what I get, p equal to negative 2, or the second number equated to 0. So this is how we've gone to get our p as negative 3. And we've proved that. We have proved that using this. So we are done. Okay, now we had our p to be negative 3. We are done with the commutative property. A lot of questions. You can try it using your textbook. And remember to subscribe. We have more videos for you. A lot of videos. A lot of videos for you. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe and help others. Share it so that it will be of benefit to your colleagues, your friends out there. Thank you for now. Bye.